Welcome to another episode of Active Training with Ryan. In these instructional videos, I'm going to show you how to enhance your instruction using ActivInspire. This video is about understanding layering. Now, when you use objects or you put objects on your board, they're going to go in a certain layer. The easiest way to think about this is to think about layering in the terms of blocks or Legos. If I were to take a Lego and I were to stack it on a pile, this Lego would be called Lego 1. Now, on the ActivInspire software, we call this Lego Layer 1. If I were to put a second Lego onto the pile, on the Legos we would call the black Lego Lego 2. In ActivInspire, we call this Layer 2. And I'm pretty much sure you can figure out that if I put a third object onto the pile, it would be called Layer 3. Now this is the rules to the board. I'm going to click on my Shape tool, and I'm going to click on a rectangle, and I'm going to draw my first Lego. My first Lego I put on the board was a red Lego, and we call that Lego Layer 1. Now I'm going to click on my Lego again, or my rectangle, and I'm going to choose my second color, which was black. So when I click and hold, and I draw my Lego, watch what it does on the screen. It draws the object on what we call Layer 2, which is on top of Layer 1. When I go to draw my third Lego, I clicked on blue, I click and hold and draw my third object here. You'll notice what layer it is on the pile, Layer 3. So Layer 1 was the red Lego, Layer 2 is the black Lego, and Layer 3 is the blue Lego. Now there's another rule to the ActivInspire software. Now when you draw an object the first time and it goes on Layer 1, when you click and hold on it, no matter where you move it, this object stays on Layer 1. When you click on an object on Layer 2 and you go to move it, no matter where you move it on the board, it stays on Layer 2. The same thing with the Layer 3. No matter what layer you click on, no matter where you move the object, it's going to stay on its layer. So again, I'm going to shuffle these up here, move them around by clicking in a different order. But when I put them back together again, Layer 1 was the red Lego, Layer 2 is the black Lego, and Layer 3 is the blue Lego. Now, at any time, if I decide to put another object onto the board here, it's going to go to the top of the pile, which would be now we would call Layer 4. So I'm just going to choose a different shape, color, and I'm going to draw it to the board. What happens is it goes to the top of the pile. So Layer 1 is the red, Layer 2 is the black, Layer 3 is the blue, and Layer 4 is the green star. Now let's look at layering and presentations. So in this presentation, I want you to look at, I've got a background picture here, I've got a white box, and I've got a penguin. So what layer is the picture here? If you guessed Layer 1, that's correct. This is Layer 1, is the first object on the board. This rectangle here would be Layer 2. And this penguin then would be Layer 3. How can we tell? This object right here is the first on the board. This picture right here, or this rectangle, is the second, and the clip art of the penguin is the third. Now the neat part about the ActivBoard is I have the ability to change layers. So let's say I change Layer 1, and I change the clip art. Let me show you one a kindergarten student created. This is one a kindergarten student took. They changed the picture on Layer 1. Instead of having clip art here, they put text here. on layer 3. They have a brand new presentation 30 seconds later. I'm going to take the same template here, change it one more time. This is a template and design that a third grader created. Layer 1 is the background. Layer 2 is the white rectangle. Layer 3 is the toucan. So this fern here, which is going on top, has to be layer 4. Here's another template here. This is one a 4th grade student created. Here's layer 1, which is the background picture. Layer 2 is the white box. And layer 3 is the text. Same template here. Layer 1 is the background picture. Layer 2, the white rectangle. And layer 3 is going to be, as you guessed, it's the text. The text here is layer 3, and this is going to have to be layer 4. Same thing on this presentation, one that a 6th grader used. Layer 1 is the background. Layer 2 is the white rectangle. And layer 3 is the picture. I want you to try this yourself. See if you can figure out the layers in this presentation. The background picture is going to be a layer 1. This white box here is layer 2. And this object right here is layer 3 because it's on top. On this side, layer 1 is the background. Layer 2 is the white box. And layer 3 is the box that slides. On this presentation, again, layer 1 is the background picture. Layer 2 is this picture on top. Layer 3 is this triangle and text. Layer 4 is this orange rectangle here. And layer 5 is the word up on top. Now this presentation has 3 layers to it. Layer 1 is one of these rectangles. Layer 2 is the second rectangle. Layer 3 is the text, but it's the same color as the rectangle behind it. So as you can see, the 2 B's here are purple. When I slide them over, it's not that they're disappearing, it's just they're the same color as the box. Same thing with the O here, the short O. When I slide it over, it's the same color as the shape behind it, giving it the illusion that the object is changing into something else. I did the same thing with all of these. I took the initial sound and the ending sound, made them the same color as this rectangle, so when I slide them over, again, they're not disappearing, they're just on the second layer here or the third layer, and you just can't see the colors because they're blending in. Same thing with the presentation here. The numbers are the same colors as the shapes, so when I slide them over, they're just blending in with the background. I want you to try this for yourself. Click on your shape tool, click on 3 different shapes, put them on your board, and see if you can figure out which one is layer 1, which one is layer 2, and which one is layer 3. Just remember the rules to the board. The first thing you put on your board is layer 1, the second thing you put on your board is layer 2, and the third thing you put on is layer 3. Anytime you put a new object on the board, it goes to the top. No matter where you move an object on its layer, it always stays on the layer that you put it on.